All right, so what's going on, guys? Aaron here, and I'm here with a very special person, Angel Lopez, and you guys should see him on the screen there too. And the reason I wanted to bring this guy on is I was in a company. I was in a network, an MLM company, and this guy was, what, were you either the top producer? Or
I was the all-time recruiter. So I sponsored more people than anybody else in the company by the time I left, which was like 2,160 personals.
You sponsored 2,160 people.
Yeah, person.
That's really good.
Not team, not group. Yeah, person.
That is awesome. And I met this guy at an event, and he was speaking, and somehow my buddy Jacob talked to him, and we gave him a little bit of money, and he could have charged us a lot more, but he was nice. He took a little bit of money, he charged us a little bit of money, and then he let us come over to his house and stay at his house for a few days, a couple times, and he taught us what he did. And it was pretty legit. I think I was sleeping in his son's room or something on the floor. It was not. I would have stayed there the whole time. He had a nice house. He's got a. You still have that Corvette Stingray?
No, I have a BMW i8.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
I throw rocks at vets now.
You what?
I throw rocks at vets.
Oh.
Now we upgraded a BMW i8.
Oh, yeah. See, he just upgrades like every year. So that Corvette Stingray was a few years ago.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to do, Michael, is just tell us a little bit about like your background, how you got started and having a desire to make money, and kind of, I guess, things you did to build up to where you're at now.
Well, you know, I started like in 2008. A lot of us now that are big time leaders, we all go back to about that same year. I used to be in the rose business. I used to import roses. So I never knew anything about the internet, right? So I used to import roses from Ecuador and Colombia into Miami, and then I'd smile and dial and call retail florists and FedEx them the roses, you know. So that was it was a fun business. I did well, but it was seasonal. So when it's seasonal, I made most of my money on Valentine's Day. You have Mother's Day, then Christmas, then some weddings. So, you know, you're dealing with perishables. So I started looking for other ways to make an income, and I came across a guy who became my mentor. I actually went from New York City to California, but man, Santa Monica, California, man, I just went blank. Stayed there for a year, got involved with him. He mentored me and got on the internet, and then just started learning, you know. I mean, people think they don't, when they listen to gurus that they don't know, they never tend to learn about their beginnings. But I didn't know anything about the internet. Except for email. So I just started learning, and as you stay in the game, and as you stay in this, you know, just keep at it, you start learning little things here and there, because everyone wants to try to learn everything they need to learn in 30 days. It's impossible, man. It's impossible. And started doing business opportunities, network marketing. You know, you see like Empower Network. That wasn't even my first one. That was, I don't know what year that was, a couple of years ago, about 4 years ago. But I was involved by many, you know, in many business ops that didn't work or did work, or for whatever reason we moved on in that. But the key is this: the biggest lesson I learned is, and then I confirmed it with the Groupon business model. Groupon's a $2.5 billion a year company, and all they do is collect emails. And they collect emails, and they send stuff to buy or join to the flesh and blood behind those emails. When I got that in my head, oh my God, this is all about collecting emails and sending stuff to buy, your affiliate links, whatever, or a place to join, BizOp, whatever. That's it. Once people break it down to that simplicity, that's all you do. Every day, you collect emails and you engage and bond and friend the flesh and blood behind those emails who's you collected.
Okay. So you got started, you got a mentor. So talk a little bit about you said people don't want to learn, people try to learn everything in 30 days. So I guess how does someone that's starting out, they want to make some money, what's the best route for them to go to not to get overwhelmed, but to stick with this long enough to, kind of get the
The biggest advice is this. The biggest mistake people make, everyone, 99.9%, is they join something and and they're in their mind, they want to seek profit mode instantly. You know, they pay $500 to join this program, and they get upset that by the end of the week they haven't made a profit, right? They haven't done anything. They haven't recruited anyone or sold anything. I tell people, if you can get making money out of your mind, if you can just concentrate on going through this little learning curve, collecting the emails, the money will come. But everyone, when they join, they seem to be in a desperate mode to get their money back. I don't care if it's $100 they invested in or $1,000. The minute they pay, they're in desperation mode to get their money back. Well, when you're in desperation mode to get your money back, you can't concentrate. You can't concentrate or focus on what you need to learn to get your money back. Because you're working on it, oh my God, I just spent my rent. Now I got to get my money back. You know, a lot of times I tell people, you know what, this isn't the right time for you to join. If it's your last, $500 and this costs $500 to get in, man, you even see. The thing is this: online, most people seem to have, especially newbies. So I'm speaking to you newbies, they have the lottery ticket mentality. Oh, all I have to do, you mean, is pay this this $500 to get going with a fast start kit, and then I'm gonna be making $1 billion. It's the lottery ticket mentality. And it's very draining on someone who's not that, because they know, hey, look, like this is like any business. If you were to open a Subway franchise, you're going to invest in a Subway franchise, there are recurring bills. Your electric, your heat, your water, there's an auto ship. Your sandwich, your bread, your ham, your meat, that's auto ship. You're always on auto ship. They're always delivering that, right? So there are recurring expenses, like any business. But somehow the connection between business expense and whatever in a business, it's not connected. They think, all I have to do is pay this one time and be rich. You with me? So I encourage people, go through the learning curve, join at the time that's right for you, that you're not going to be in a desperate mode to have to recover that which you invested in. You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. So that's a fantastic point, Michelangelo. That makes a lot of sense. And I see that with a lot of people too. What you guys want to do, you want to get in something, stay with it, learn it, allow yourself to absorb the information and make some mistakes, and then you will start to see progress. And then what will happen is things will compound over time, and you can really start to see progress. But you have to stick with it and stick out that learning curve, regardless of what it is.
Well, Jim Rohn says it best. Jim Rohn says, stay in the game long enough and an average will appear. And that's so important. If you stay in the game long enough, meaning, and say you talk to 10 people and one join you, that tends now to repeat. You talk to another 10 people, one more join you. You talk to another 10 people, one more join you. And then all of a sudden magic happens. You talk to 10 people, 2 join you this time. You talk to another 10, 2. An average develops. And guess what? This is so important. That average gets better. Because what happens? You get better. You get better with your presentation. You get better with your belief in whatever it is you're in. It comes through even more. All of a sudden, talk to 10 more people, 3 come in. 3 out of 10 come in. 10 more people, 3 out of 10 come in. Listen to me. 3 out of 10. That's 300. That's 3 out of 10, right? If you're in baseball and you have a batting average 3 out of 10, they're paying you $4 million a year. That means you didn't get on base 7 times. You got out 7 times, but you got 3 in. You don't have to bat 500. You don't have to bat 10 out of 10. 3 out of 10 will make you a millionaire. In any business opportunity, if you stick around, look, when I invite people to like a network marketing event, right? And I'm talking to my family and friends, right? Aunt Betty, I said, look, Aunt Betty, I want you to attend this event on Tuesday night. I don't care if you buy or not. I'm getting 3 out of 10 people to join, and I just want you to be one of the 7. You get it? Just show up to that was supposed to be funny, man. Laugh.
Oh, I like it.
I just want I want you to work with my average. I want you to help with my average. So I don't care if you join or not. Just be one of the 7, because I know if I get 10 people, there's 7 of y'all are not going to say no, but 3 are going to say yes, and that's all I care about.
Wow, that is an amazing mindset. So what do you think you did differently than everyone else that allowed you to recruit the amount of people that you recruited, stay at the top of these different business ventures that you get involved in?
Yeah, because here, I'll tell you exactly. When I collect that email, I never forget that they're really flesh and blood. These are real. They're not robots who put in their emails. They're real flesh and blood. And when you remind yourself, you're not sending up automatic emails. You're doing more broadcasts, or you're sitting down at your computer and you're actually communicating. Broadcast, not just setting up 80 follow-up messages. That's so impersonal. The biggest tip I can give you is I pick up my phone. Back then, someone that used to say, put down the phone and pick up the check. I said, are you crazy? You remember that? You pick up the phone. Here's why. Look, especially when it's an online biz up in that, people have they come in with doubts. Oh, it's a scam. All they want to hear is a voice. Look, I don't stay on the phone more than 2 minutes. With anybody unless you're a hot Hooters girl, but not only my wife would get me off the phone, but listen, that's it. They just want to hear a voice. They just want to hear a voice. Hey, it's fine. I send them in the direction where they want to be. I send them to a website or whatever the question is. But when someone joins you, when someone joins me, they're not joining whatever business opportunity I'm promoting. They're joining me. I promote me. You're joining me. You're not joining XYZ business. I just happen to be in that as a vehicle to make money, but you join me because when XYZ goes down, then what? But when they're joining you, you say, hey, come on, we found a new rodeo, and they follow you. That's the key. And by answering the phone, that's the biggest. My phone number is everywhere. Everyone in line, everywhere, on Facebook, everywhere. Because now you're real, and believe me, half the time they don't call you. Half the time they don't call you. Don't think that if you put your phone out there, they're going to get a million calls. They're not, But that's the key. Make sure that you sell yourself. You make, I tell people, I work 22/7. I'm accessible 22/7. And I am. You can call me at 3 a.m. and I'll pick up the phone. Right? I might not understand a damn word you say because I'm half asleep, but I'll pick up the phone. And they love that. Because especially at my level now, most gurus are not accessible. You know what I mean? They have this, well, you can pay me $50,000 for a little mind, what do you call it, inner circle. Forget that inner circle. You want to make everyone in your inner circle. And it makes them feel good. And they'll follow you. I have people that have been with me since day one, 12 years ago. Day one. Joined everything and anything that they didn't make a damn dime. Some did, some didn't. Right? But they still join me because I truly friended them.
Fantastic. So I call him the guru eater because that's what we call him. So what he's saying is we talk about collecting emails and building your list. He's saying even at his level, when he has this big list and all these people following him, he still communicates with everyone one-on-one and makes himself accessible to people. That way people that maybe have questions or have concerns can get in touch with him. Most won't. It sounds like most don't, but some will, and that way they feel good because they know that there's a real person behind that cares. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Just make yourself accessible, man. And answer a few questions then. Point them in the right direction. When no one else is making themselves accessible, you make yourself accessible. On Messenger and Facebook, wherever, make yourself accessible. But really the phone is most important because they can hear a voice. To me, making yourself accessible through email is not personal. You could have the great emails, best email support, whatever, but it's not personal. They want to hear a human voice. They want to hear Billy on the other end. I'm telling you, that's the way it works, and they stay with you. And by the way, when you do that, I have a list of 2,800, and let's subscribe to this. And that 2,800 list for 3 years in a row made me over $100,000. A little list of 2,800 has made me 3 years in a row made me over 100, between 100 and 117,000. People are like, what? You don't have to have a big list? You don't have to have a big list. You just have to have a responsive list. You with me? And the way to create a responsive list is, number one, by segmenting the list, making sure you're talking directly to what their needs and wants are. Number two, making yourself accessible so they can pick up the phone and call you. And number three, engage. Get them engaged in your emails. That's the key. Engage. People, and this goes back to years ago when I used to do this all the time. And internet marketer, you can tell what the email that comes from an internet marketer. It has at the most 5 sentences going down and 20 links. One link, sentence, link, sentence, link, sentence, link, signature, PS, link, as if we're going to miss it. I mean, have you ever seen that? One of these internet marketers, the 5 sentences going down and 20 links. Same link.
I see it. I see it in my emails. Links all the time.
Yeah, and don't do that. There was a course I took called Email Alchemy, and it taught. So the concept is get them to open the email, get them to click on the link, and the selling will happen on the sales page. That's the concept. But better is if you write an email that's entertaining, engaging, and pre-positions them, does the selling, pre-sells them so that there's only one link at the very bottom. They read this long email, engaging, entertaining, and very informative. By the time they get to that one link at the bottom, they're searching for the yellow cart button on the page. Makes 500% increase in your sales. Instead of trying to get the sales page to do selling, get the email to entertain, engage, bond, and pre-position them for the sale.
Fantastic, Michelangelo. When I was over at your house, I noticed that you got all these books. You were taking a speed language learning course. So I guess tell me a little bit about the self-improvement you do, and if you have kind of a routine or something that you can consistently have been doing over the years to self-improve.
Well, the biggest thing is this, and this is so true and it's so hard, but it's so true, is if you work more on yourself than you do on your business will explode. If you work more on yourself than you do on your business, so in other words, most people, oh my God, I got to recruit, and I got to work more hours. No, work less and imagine more. So spend more time on yourself, whether it's meditating, audio, reading. I do spend a lot of money. Since you came to my house, now my library is huge. I mean, I got audio, anything. I'm a big Jim Rohn fan. I'm a big Dale Calvert fan. For those of you in MLM, I don't know if I'm supposed to drop a name. It doesn't matter, but I'm a big Ty Lopez fan. Love Ty Lopez. And you eat this meat and spit out the bones of everything and anything you read, right? You do. But if you spend more time in here, everything you want will come out here. And I'm a true believer in the subconscious, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Jim Rohn says best, man. When someone asks you, hey, spend the day with me, you got like, whoa. This is my only day I have. For the rest of my life, I don't want to ever get today. And you got to weigh, hey, should I spend today with him or what should I do? We wake up and 99% of people wake up and we live a random life. Get up. Okay, let's see what life's going to hit us with next, right? Instead of positioning ourselves to create the day and to react correctly to the day, we're out there just hoping that not many slings and arrows of outrageous fortune hit us, and that's a bad way to live.
So it sounds like that you control your day.
You try to as much as you want. I mean, as much as you can. Sure, life intervenes in that, but it's not what happens to you; it's how you react. But if you're prepared, Ty Lopez talks about one of his things, preparation. If you're prepared, if you wake up in the morning prepared, I can't recall the saying. I'm not going to spend too much time trying to recall it. But if you wake up in the morning preparing for your day, whatever hits you, you're prepared for it. And we wake up and we live this random life. Just, routine almost sometimes. Every now and then we'll go outside our routine and do something abnormal, but for the most of the time, we spend our lives within a 5-mile radius of our home. We go to the same Starbucks. We see Billy at the same Starbucks every day. Hey, Billy, we wave to him just like, thing. We shop at the same supermarket. We go to this, if he smokes cigars, selling cigar lounge. We go to the same restaurant, sit with the same waiter or waitress we asked for. Man, it's monotonous routine. It's crazy. It is. Let me share something with you. 2 Martians come down from Mars, right? And they're here on Earth, and they're taking notes, right? They're taking notes. They're here for observatory reasons. They spend about 3 days here, and they go back. And the spirit says, well, why, little Martians? What have you learned about these humans on planet Earth? It's interesting. He said, man, very interesting, spirit. We couldn't tell the difference between the animal kingdom and the human kingdom. They just went on living. They get up. They hunt for their food. Then they go home, they eat, and they start all over again. Every now and then, though, he goes, yeah, true, the humans are dressed up, but every now and then we come across a caricature, someone that's bigger than life, some animated human being that got our attention. And these animated caricature types of human beings, you superior, they tend to be more successful. They have more money. They drive bigger cars. They have bigger mansions than that. That's what we learn. You understand? When was the last time you went to a fair and you see these artists and they're drawing you never see those exaggerated cartoons of your face with big ears and all that at the fair, right? The caricatures.
Yeah.
You ever wonder why we're attracted to that? Because it brings out subconsciously, it brings out the child within us. A child has exaggerated features, big eyes, big ears, and anything. So that's why most successful people are cartoon characters of themselves. They're animated. They're filled with life. They're enthusiastic. They walk into a room and the room lights up. But the rest, they walk into the room and the room even gets darker, gets dimmer. Very hard. Most people they go home. They wake up, they eat breakfast, they go to work, they come home, they turn on the government-controlled Bluetooth, TV, boom, and then they go to sleep. Same thing. We hunt for our food, a little easier than animals. We have a little supermarket that we can go to. Animals have to hunt around the jungle, but same thing. Most people are just dressed up animals. They exist. They exist. They exist.
So if there's someone that exists and they want to get to that level you're talking about, they want to transition and get to that larger-than-life person, what would you tell them to kind of guide them in that direction, get them on that path?
One book to read. One book to read. Dr. Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Do I see it back there? Let me see. Do you have it? Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself?
Oh, no, I do not.
Shame on you, man. You better get Dr. Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Is the greatest book to not just ignite the transformation, take you from zero, boom, to who you truly should be and could be and would probably want to be if you saw the feature in that. Break the habit. Dr. Joe Dispenza says this: we have 90,000 thoughts a day. Now watch this, hear me out. We have 9,000 thoughts a day. Of those 9,000 thoughts, 70,000 thoughts were the same thoughts from yesterday. So if we're having the same thoughts of yesterday, then we're living in the past. See right there, see right. So he says how to change. I put this on my how to change your reality. This is the formula. First, same thoughts always equal the same choices, which always equal the same actions and behaviors, which always equals the same experiences, which always gives you the same feelings. Old state of being. If you want to change your reality, create new thoughts, which leads to new choices, which leads to new actions and behaviors, which leads to new experiences, which leads to new feelings, new state of being. You got to remember, here's one of the things you say. Remember that 5-mile radius that we say we live and we see? Your brain gets so used to it that it doesn't even think. It doesn't have to think. It's second nature. Subconsciously, you just drive to Starbucks. Instead, go to a Starbucks 10 miles away. Come across new people. Your brain synapses start firing again. One of the best experiences you can give kids is to travel. Let their eyes and their brain absorb new synapses. It fires and synapses, boom, boom, boom. They're getting new experiences. So Instead of shopping at the same damn pub at supermarket you do, go 15 miles to the next town and shop. You're going to run across what? This different people. You with me? It's opening up your mind. Your mind doesn't just go through the day. Now it says, wait a minute, I'm in a new environment here. Well, shoot, man, let me be alert. Do you understand? We don't. We go to the same places. You step outside the norm and your brain, man, will expand. Dr. Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, one of the best books I've ever read.
That is awesome. That is fantastic. Now,
he's also got an audio, of course, that 4-hour audio course, which is, oh my gosh, so it's intense. And it's just how the brain works, man. Listen, nowhere in our formal education or any kind of education are we ever taught how the brain works. Isn't that funny? Forget that we're not ever taught how wealth is, in school. We don't even talk about how to, become wealthy. But we're never taught how the brain works. And it's crazy. And when you don't know how the brain works, how the hell can you tap into the greatest machine that's ever been created, to access the the most potential power? No, we take it for granted. We learn how the brain works. And man, your life changed. And all of a sudden, you're that. You start transforming into that cartoon character of yourself. And you're separating yourself from everyone else.
That is awesome. Now, I'm just kind of curious, Guru Eater. So you're very successful. Like, I haven't really talked this guy up. This guy you were the top in Power?
I've been top in many things, yeah. Top all-time recruiter.
All right, so he was the top all-time recruiter. When I was in this MLM, they had, I think, about 100,000 or 200,000-ish people in it. So you got to think, out of all those people, he was the top guy. He was the top recruiter. Whenever there was an event, he was always speaking. This guy is at the top. I mean, he's making, I don't know how much you're making, but we know he's making
$40K a month, $50K a month back then.
See, that this guy knows what he's talking about. And what I like about the Guru Eater is, or Michelangelo, same thing. Yeah. Is that he's a normal guy, right? You don't see him like a suit. He's kind of being goofy. So that shows you that anyone can kind of get involved in something, stay with it. But he does do a lot of self-improvement, and he's right. You want to be consistently learning. He was just telling me about some courses that he bought that he's going through. He's always improving himself and improving his mind so he can create better results outside in the real world.
Yeah. On this planet. It's easier on the other planets, but this planet Earth, man, we gotta in here. We gotta go in here.
So just tell me, what motivated you in the beginning to get into this, and what motivates you now to keep moving forward and growing?
I'm 51. Well, what motivated me to get into what? Into self-development or into the niche we're in and network marketing business?
Yeah, both of them.
Well, I mean, I saw that there was a lot of money, and it's so much easier to click the mouse to a bigger house. I say, it's so much easier. I have friends that they make 6 figures in that, but they're working their butt off. They don't have no life. Ty Lopez talks about the integrated life, where you can't, the successful person, you can't really tell the difference between when they're off work and when they're on work. Very good video there, one of the steps. You can't tell the difference. It's an integrated life, right? You can't tell the difference of if you're working your ass off. Yeah, do you have I don't know if you can curse or anything, but
oh, you can cuss.
Okay, so if you're working your ass off Monday through Friday, right, just to enjoy 2 days, he talked about, man, you have a wasted life. If you're working your ass off, 50 weeks a year to have 2-week vacation, man, you're one sick puppy. Yeah, he talks about the integrated life where when you look at a successful person, you really don't know if he's at work or he's at play. When in working from home, I have my laptop, I go to the cigar lounge, I light my cigar, and I'm working. You can't tell the difference because sometimes I would have my laptop there and I'm just watching YouTube videos and I'm smoking a cigar. Other times I have my laptop there and I'm working. But if from observing me, you couldn't tell whether I'm working or not. That's the integrated life. You're on vacation, you got your laptop, you're enjoying this in network marketing, this online home-based business, and you can't tell if I'm on vacation or if I'm at work during a vacation. It's an integrated life. That's very big point. That Ty Lopez talked about that. That's the most successful life, when you can't tell when someone's working or not working, because you're getting up in the morning and you're doing what you want to do, not what you need to do. You're doing what you're enjoying to do. You're not saying, oh, most heart attacks happen on Monday morning because people, at 8 o'clock in the morning, because people dread to go to work, right? I don't get people are like, thank God it's Friday. Why? Because they're looking forward to the weekend, because they just toiled for 4 previous days. Think about it. I don't think that's Monday, think that's Tuesday, think that's Wednesday. I don't care. I can't tell the difference between a weekend, Saturday, and a Tuesday. When you can't tell the difference between a Saturday and a Tuesday, or a Sunday and a Wednesday, you've made it. You made it, because you don't have to wait for the weekend to do what you want to do. You do it whatever day you choose to do.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
It's freedom. Think about it. 99% of humans in America and the United States, they're in bonds till Saturday. And it's like, okay, we're going to temporarily release your handcuffs. Okay, go out and have fun. And then Monday morning, let me put those handcuffs back on. You know, that's why they're like, oh my God, thank God it's Friday, because they're like free. They're not free. They're not free. They've been programmed to believe it's free because you deserve to enjoy the weekend. You know what I mean? You deserve to enjoy any day. You know, when you get up and you're not going to work, you're getting up to live. You're not getting up to go to work. If you're working to live, you missed it. Live the work. Because then you're doing what you want to do. Of course, it's not easy. Of course, that you can't just transition to that kind of integrated life. It takes time, and it takes you building success. But man, seriously, I'm not bringing anyone down, but someone that works in a monotonous factory job that at least is not trying to move forward to break out of it, he's the same, like that animal I told you about. See, it's okay. I always said it's okay to have financial problems. It's just not okay to have last year's financial problems. Because guess what? You didn't move forward, right? You're still stuck from this last year. Why? Because you have the same thoughts of last year, which leads to what? The same choices, which leads to the same outcome. Jim Rohn said it best. Jim Rohn said, the formula for failure. This is very good. This helped me so much. The formula for failure is to commit a few errors in judgment and repeat them every day. The formula for failure, to commit a few errors in judgment and repeat them every day. Well, for those errors in judgment that lead to failure, they're different for all of us, right? They're different for all of us. I used to want to drink it at 11 o'clock in the morning at Chili's happy hour, right? Well, when you're drinking at Chili's happy hour at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you say for 2 hours of drink time, but then you get sleepy because you drank. That was my error of failure that I was repeating every day, seeming almost innocent, right? But it would cause my day to be less productive, right? So I had to work on that. Okay, no more drinking till the weekend, right? Those errors, see, they're not big errors in judgment that cause you to have fail. Rarely is it, you know what I mean? Rarely is it the big errors in judgment that cause you to have fail, right? Not for most of us, right? So he goes on and says this. Do you want to know the formula for success? Practice a couple disciplines and repeat them every day. Practice a couple of disciplines and repeat them every day. For my case, I decided to be disciplined and not hang out for 2 hours at Chili's. Wait for the weekend. It's all personal. Boom. I just flipped it. Bam. Now I'm practicing discipline. I'm not doing it, and everything changes. It's not. Listen, there's not but a half a dozen of disciplines that you have to practice to succeed like crazy in whatever you want to choose. But that's very important, man. Jim Rohn said, you want to know the formula for failure? Commit a few errors and repeat them every day. Most of us we're repeating the same errors every day. Whether it's getting out of bed, sleeping in till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, whether it's, failing to read a book. Warren Buffett reads a book every day. every day. I read every day, but I don't read a book every day, but I read every day, right? So when I love that library behind me, and so when I walk in someone's home, first thing I look for, books, audio. Please, God, show me a little shelf or something. Like, no, really. And rarely do you see that. What do you see? A damn TV in every room, and even in the kitchen, right there, little TV, so while she's cooking, she can't miss her Kardashian show and all that. Crazy. Isn't it crazy? First thing I look for is books, audios, books, CDs, something. Please find me something, Really.
He's right. What's the saying? Poor people have big TVs, rich people have big libraries.
Yeah.
When I went to his house, he's got all sorts of stuff. And it's not just books he had. He had books, he had different programs. Like he was going through the speed language thing.
Yeah.
And then you had the thing, tell us, this is just kind of a side thing. You know that thing you were talking about where like it was something with your hands and you can memorize anything and remember 10 things at once?
Well, no, I can remember thousands of things. But yeah, it's called the PEG system. It's, there's a lot of them. And now, so when I first did this like 12 years ago, 13 years ago, I was for kicks and fun. But then this is so important. It has helped me now in life because it's all about creating images in your brain. So it's called, there's a lot of mnemonic devices, memory devices out there. This is the most accurate and the most effective for long term. It's called you can Google it, it's called the PEG system, right? So I can memorize instantly anything in a magazine, pages and pages of magazine, and I can memorize thousands of, like I did with you. I'm at a party and I'll say, hey, quick, Aaron, tell me 10 things you buy at Walmart. Eric, tell me 10 things you buy at the mall. Tell me 13 car models, whatever, right? And at the rate they had given to me, I write them down. I stop after 100, give it to you, and I can recall anytime, any number I want. But it's a real neat mnemonic device. It helps your brain think cinematically in movie scenes, which just it affects every part of your thing because it's all about visualization. The easier you can hold an image in your brain, I think it's 60 seconds like that, the easier you get it to manifest. What you think about comes about. Very cool.
He's absolutely right. So tell me a little bit about what your goals are. Like, where do you want to be 5 years from now, 10 years from
now? Like right now I'm going to, because it's every one of us has this thing, I'm trying to figure out some more bigger purpose, than just to make money. Like Bill Gates has this huge foundation, all that. So that's where I'm at now, trying to, and you don't seek it out. Where Tony Robbins says, you don't really have to know your why, just get up and start living, and your why will eventually come if you're practicing these disciplines and becoming a success. Most people think, what is why? Well, I don't have a why yet. You say, well, yeah, your family. Well, that goes without saying, So I haven't really figured out my why, but I want to do more speaking, get back on stage. That's what I really love to do. I guess because I'm a preacher's kid, and that's it. Just keep helping people, and I like to speak more.
Help people and speak more.
Help people, man. Take the red pill. Yeah, these humans have. Not too many of us have taken the red pill. You know what I'm talking about? The red pill.
From the Matrix, the red pill.
Wake up, man.
I know this is kind of backtracking. Tell us a little bit about like your childhood and your upbringing. And where you born? I guess I should know this. Where were you born at? And how did you get to where you live now?
I was born in Cuba. So I'm a U.S. citizen, so Trump, you can't ship me back now. Yeah, and then I grew up in Florida. I grew up in Florida. I'm currently in Tampa now. I was a preacher's kid. I was one of those Bible thumping, pew jumping, charismatic preacher's kid. People used to go to my dad's church to lose weight. Up and down. I was a crazy charismatic church. I grew up in the faith doctrine, which really helped me a lot, and it coincides with the secret, the law of attraction. That which you pray for, believe as you already received it. Right? That guy Jesus was talking about that a long time ago. And here's a good thing he said, and I don't go to church or anything, but he always used to say this, hey, I'm not of this world. I'm not of this world. If I was of this world, I could do this, right? I always wake up in the morning, I tell people, hey, I'm not of this world. You got to separate yourself from these humans. Because if you tell yourself you're of this world, you're going to do the stupid things that human beings tend to do. So you separate yourself, man. I'm big alien. I'm big alien buff. I believe in the aliens. They're here. I believe they're, integrated with my life and intervene in my life and all that. And people are like, well, what do you know? Sometimes they take me serious. Sometimes they don't. But the point, whether I'm saying it amusingly or not, the point is it separates me from everyone else. You got to, man. We're on this earth, and 90% of these earthlings are psychic vampires. They'll drain you. They're just existing. And unfortunately, we can't be alone on an island, and we got to interact with these psychic vampires, these negative people. But it's very hard. I tell people, whoever said you can be friends to anyone is a liar. You can't be friends to anyone. Whoever said you can learn from anyone is a liar. You don't have to learn from them. Well, you can learn what not to do. Well, you should know in the first place what not to do. You got to be more selective. Too many people, they just let anyone and everyone who just happens to give them a little bit of attention into their life. And that doesn't work that way, man. That's why you separate yourself, and you got to. Otherwise, as you become more and more successful, here's what's going to happen. As you become more and more successful, you have lesser and lesser of your old friends around, and hopefully you'll gain newer and newer friends that have similar, now you are at a similar stage of life. Because you can't keep old broke Billy when you're making now $1 million a year, unless you're planning on treating old broke Billy every time you invite him to dinner. Because old broke Billy can't afford nice steakhouse. He goes to Chili's, but you like old broke Billy. So, hey, Billy, but you have to pay his way to get him to, you understand, to get him to even try to enjoy your lifestyle. Your friends will have nothing they'll separate. And then what those friends say? Oh, well, money changed them. No, money didn't change them. You didn't do anything. Money didn't change me. It just gave me more opportunity to do the things I want to do. Most people, they don't go to the restaurants. They don't go to the restaurants they truly want to go. And when they're at the restaurants, they don't they don't order what they really want to order. They order off the left side, the chicken. Oh, what are you gonna have? I'm gonna have. They go to a steakhouse, a big side, but they can't afford a big 40-ounce, 20-ounce steak. So I'll have the chicken parmesan, $9.99. But then they tell their friends, yeah, we were at a AAA best steakhouse dinner in town. Well, I don't care. What'd you order? Because if you went there and you ordered damn chicken, why did you go there in the first place except for trying to brag to me? You with me? Think about that.
You're right. So I went on, I talk about this in some of the other videos, but I went on, so when I used to go on trips with my parents, we'd go on like family trips. My parents, like, they're like I guess upper middle class. They're not the 1% or anything, but they're doing all right. But we go on trips and we got to wake up at the crack of dawn because we got to take the cheap flight there. So everyone's tired. We get there, a lot of the time, we got to stay in the cheapest places. The last time I went on a trip with them was to Israel, and we walk into this place that we're living in. So we walk in, and there's all these ants on the ground. So we got to clean up the ants because we get the cheap place because we got to shop for the deal. Then I go to the bathroom because I got to use the bathroom, and there's a big cockroach in the bathroom. And he came out from the wall that was in the shower. So whenever I had to use the bathroom at night, I would knock on the door in the bathroom, wait 5 to 10 seconds for the cockroach to run back into the wall before I open the door to use the bathroom. So people do this all the time. Sure, it was a vacation, but it wasn't really a vacation because the whole mindset of people is, oh, I'm going to do this, but I have to stay in the budget. You want to make money. You want to get wealthy so you can do what you want to do without having to have a lack of money restrict you from having experiences and doing the things that you enjoy.
Yep.
So, Guru Eater, I guess we're kind of wrapping this up. If someone's watching this, they want to start making money. They're not sure what to do yet. They just like you. They're motivated. They like the preacher kid. What's like maybe 3 tips you could give someone to kind of point them in the right direction and that they might be able to use to eventually figure all this out and make money doing something and reach financial prosperity?
Number 1, work on yourself more than you do on your business. Number 1, work on yourself more than you do in business. Number 2, get a mentor. No one makes it without a mentor. Nobody. You watch your interviews here and everything. No, but you know, and I love what you're doing, Aaron, because there's a couple guys that do this, and I've been invited. And, you know, of course, I'm going to go back and watch my interview with you. But all of a sudden, as you keep doing this, bringing new people on, that's where I encourage you. I'm not plugging you. I'm telling you this. I do this. There's other people that do this, and I watch. But by hearing, and Ty Lopez even talks about it, and Tony Robbins talks about it, you know, read autobiographies, right? Read autobiographies, right? I just ordered Arnold, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, his autobiography is about that big, right? And then Sam, whatever his name is, from Walmart. And then Jeff Bezos from Amazon. If you read autobiographies, man, all of a sudden, like your mind, it gets in your mind, man. And you understand that most of them weren't born rich, and they struggled, and they had adversity. You know, Jim Rohn says it best. He goes, look, if you want me to tell you about what's going to happen in the future, I said, look, it's the same thing that's happened for the past 6,000 years. It says, opportunity follows adversity, followed by opportunity. Every time. There's adversity, there's opportunity. There's adversity, there's opportunity. He goes, you can surely count. What comes after fall? Winter. Can't change that. You can't change that now on this planet, right? Same thing. Through the past 6,000 years, adversity follows opportunity. Opportunity follows, we're just back and forth. So, I mean, that's crazy. It's just when you start getting it. So if these successful people you're going to be interviewing, you know, and these autobiographies, you'll learn that they're just human, man. They're just human. And it's like if you what's his name, Stephen King, the author, if we get a glimpse of the manuscripts that are submitted by these great authors to their editor, you're like, it's like gross. It's gross. But then the editor, the mentor, cleans it up and polishes it. See, but we don't see that behind the scene. We only see the masterpiece at the end, right? So it takes away from us really learning about, man, all the edits and everything, all the rewriting and everything, right? Same thing. When people plug into your interview, you know, you get a glimpse of the real person, the real success, and what he went through. And it's incredible what you'll learn, how they got started. You know, sometimes, you know, how I got started. Let me show you something real quick. I was in New York City. I answered an ad on Craigslist to post ads on Craigslist. There was a guy who ended up being my mentor, and listen to me. So I got paid, it's like $300 a week to post ads, back then you could post multiple ads. I would wake up in the morning at 6 o'clock, post all day long. So like 2 o'clock, I got paid per, I forgot what it was, but amount of post ads. And I would post till 3 o'clock in the morning, eat and everything in front of me. The guy says, man, do you have a software? Because I'd be posting almost 23/7, right? Good. I said, no, it's me. And that ad led me to us becoming friends and me moving to Santa Monica, California. So it's not lightning bolts hitting you as you walk, you know, that could be your road to Damascus, are little things. That ad I happened to answer, I was committed to work my butt off, which led to things. All of a sudden now I'm here, you know, I'm one of the top guys, you know, and that's just you. And the third thing is gain a following. Don't get them to join whatever it is that your business opportunity you're in. Get them to join you and pick up the phone, because listen, you don't want to start over every 90 days with a new list, you know, with having to recruit new people if something what you're in didn't work out, right? You want those same people that joined you in that program didn't work out for whatever reason to follow you. Come on, let's go on this rodeo, you know? I used to have a website called mylastrodeo.com. Well, that was when, and now I don't use that website because you never know if it's going to be your last rodeo. You never know. You never know if that time in your life is just a stepping stone that will lead you somewhere else, right? You in that biz up you're in now, you never knew that you're going to be doing what you're doing now. We thought we were going to be forever, you know, in that biz up, you know. Life just tends to throw some monkey wrenches, you know. You know, I used to say mylastrodeo.com and I joined something else and I get a call. Sure enough, I get a call. Hey, Michael Andrew, I thought this was your last rodeo. I said, well, I found a new pony. But never say it's your last anything, because you never, when you say that, sure enough, a monkey wrench will come in, set you off in a whole different direction, if only for a life lesson. Life's not that concrete. It's random. And you may find yourself in some other country tomorrow. You don't know, how the hell did I get here? Damn. Really? You're like, God, I don't care how structured you are in that. Life will throw me like, what the hell? What am I doing here? And you'll see, Dr. Joseph Spencer said it best. The person you need to be to earn $1 million, chances are, is not that person you are today. The person you need to be to earn 6 figures, chances are you're not that person today.
Wow, fantastic.
Thank you. I appreciate this.
Yeah, you gotta, I mean, before we get off, I'm gonna put a link under this video in the archive. So when you're watching this, if you want to add him, I'm gonna put a link to his Facebook if you want to follow him or ask the Guru Eater, see what he's doing. Any last words or anything else you wanted to say?
Yeah, I appreciate you this. We go back a lot of time, man. I was wondering what you're doing that. And I've seen you evolve, You're like this young kid. You're in the nightclub business and all that stuff. Heck of a promoter. I remember that. And then when we got in touch, I'm like, wow. Now I see all those books. You better have read all those books, boy. That's something that. First thing I asked you was that. I said, is that a real image? Is that real, or is that a green screen? You're those are real books. I said, cool.
And this is just a piece. I got like 800 gigabytes of like programs now on my phone on Dropbox of like Dan Kennedy and all these big guys. And I just do that now when I go around driving.
I highly recommend 3 people. Ty Lopez, 67 Steps. Jim Rohn. Just go to YouTube and type in Jim Rohn. And hours and hours of his thing. It's free. And Dr. Joe Dispenza. Breaking the habit of being yourself.
Breaking the habit of being yourself.
You'll love it. You got to. Then Google him. You can buy it on Amazon, but if you Google him, you can get the intensive course. He's just an incredible guy. It's all about the mind.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, Michelangelo. I'm going to go ahead and get off, and I will see you on Facebook, buddy.
Thank you, buddy. Take care.
See you, man.